For one man or woman to be a good healer, in your personal opinion and experience, do you have to be very vulnerable and very open, or is it achievable with other ways too? So what's your opinion on that?
Well, I think we'll put it this way. If you're going to heal something within yourself, you have to be vulnerable to do it. So you can't access the deepest parts of yourself and the deepest wounds without vulnerability. If you try to access them from another energy, you're just going to build up more scar tissue and, junk around them instead. So vulnerability is key to healing yourself. Right. And let's say someone was going to come to me to receive healing. Well, they're not going to do that without vulnerability. It's vulnerable to even ask me. Right. It's vulnerable to trust me to do it. It's vulnerable to connect with me and perform actual healings and ceremonies and blessings and these things. Like those are all vulnerable states, and I think what's also true, and this was very true for me, was I also had to learn incredible boundaries, that are iron, more than iron, titanium, right? That nothing can get past, that an intense strength that is almost the opposite of vulnerability, right? And so that's the masculine side of this. And all of us have the feminine and the masculine within us. There's not anyone who doesn't. And I'm not saying we're all androgynous or that we're all, whatever the words are for, I can't remember right now, for, some of these things that people are putting on now as their identities. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that within you, everybody has a vulnerability, a feminine ability to receive and accept and sit with the quietness, and everybody has the ability to act with the strength and the power and go out and move things around and get things done. And you really can't be whole or healed without both, right? Like I said, you can't access the wound even without vulnerability. You can't get in there to the depth of whatever it is. This is true of our physical wounds too, right? Like sometimes a surgeon has to cut you open. Like that's the most vulnerable physical presence that you can have, is allowing someone to cut into you, right? So it's very similar to that. But the surgeon's also cutting, doing, sewing, like those, that's a masculine more energy, right? And when I'm in the midst of healing, I've put up very powerful protections around myself and the person I'm working with. And that's very masculine as well. So I really think you need both to do any good healing work on yourself or others.